So after listening to each and every music, I chose only three for the whole video. Three to represent maybe the first part of it, which is always still the suspense and wit, and then the second one is the storyline, and then the last one is maybe the finishing part, which is sort of the call to action in any video. So after that, then I have to also get sounds also from Pixabay. I did some leaf sound, I did some forest sound, bird sound, footsteps sounds, and also some whoosh sounds also, and some transition also. And then for graphics, I have some pre-installed plugins and texts that I always use. So those are pre-installed in my Premiere Pro. And then now the reason why it's always dreadful is because you have to have a storyline. So I rested the whole day just thinking of how does this thing start? What story are we telling? We ended up me and myself in the meeting that I had, we ended up choosing maybe a story about indigenous trees. So I had to get parts in the interview where he talks about indigenous trees and why also it's important for us to plant indigenous trees, and also mention the uh, organization's actions in taking part in the tree plantings. So I cut the interview, then just created a very good storyline, the suspense, the storyline, and then maybe the call to action, and added some B-rolls in it. So this is how my timeline looks. I have a music here. I have some sounds. I have the audio from the camera. I have also the the I have the music, I have the audio from camera. So this is how it looks like. It's very much arranged because I also try as much as possible to label my work in the different cameras that we use. We try as much and label every work for it. We try and just give them colors. To make it easier for someone who is editing, someone like me who is editing, to know this is this camera, this is this camera, because last year we used a different camera, this year we used a different camera. So you can imagine, but the shooting style was the same, the frame rates were the same, everything was just flawless. Another thing that I do is, for documentary videos, subtitles are very important because most of these organizations, some of people talk in their native language, and sometimes you need to translate that into English. So again, you must listen. My Premiere Pro actually is good because I can automatically create captions and then just polish them, polish the English. So it makes my process easier also. So I automate the captions and then just polish the English. Man, I hope this year Premiere Pro will bring the Kiswahili pack. We need that so much. So much. We need the Swahili pack for our Premiere Pro. I hope Premiere Pro will maybe listen to this video and bring us forth that. We started with a drone shot, as you can see. Maybe let me just make it full screen. So these were the shots that I started with. It's sort of maybe first a suspense. What's that's happening? And then I started with a very important point that he mentioned, why the trees are important, and then you get into this space whereby, okay, so this is about tree planting and who does it. um so I really love my timeline. I really love the video, I really love the storyline, it flows well. What other things should I talk about? Maybe also when editing your footages, even before in even before starting to maybe import them into the timeline. First, if you're shooting 4K, maybe create proxies for your videos, because most 4K videos are very heavy for our computers. But my computer has a 32 GB RAM and then a dedicated graphic card of 16 GB. So it's heavy on its own also. So yeah, I can handle heavy footages. But to creators starting out there, I think a dedicated 4 GB RAM video card is important. A 16 GB minimum RAM also, it's very important. Then before even importing them into your timeline, when starting editing, create proxies. Now that you need to have a lot of storage, because also proxies take space. So yeah, I really love the video. I really love everything about it. It's well arranged. It's well. It speaks on what is happening there. Um, Another thing is your audio. Um, just audio mixing. Audio mixing is so important because you have music, you have audio, you have the audio from the camera, and you have these sounds maybe from the forest. So mixing all these sounds is very important. Make sure your sounds and music doesn't overpower the interviewee's audio. So it's very important to balance them. In that, you need a very good audio. And for a video, audio is as important as visuals. When your audio is off, then the whole video will be off. People listen to good audio first, then be interested in what the visuals is speaking also. So invest also in your audio. That's key. That's very important also. And then the last thing that I do to all of my videos is color correcting, color grading. For color grading, you realize you have different cameras, then you have these different times of the day that you are shooting. I have videos of back then, last year, and this year, and these videos have to color match. They have to look like they are the same. So it's really important to color grade them and just mix and match them and see, um, for them to have a uniform look, So yeah, color grading also, it's important. It's sort of my last thing that I do after just I've done everything. Then